I don't know. Part of me could see him putting Gunther over.
Fuck that humble shit, bro. He's about to get that record.
But that's the thing too, is like I see
I
him
know,
putting
I
over.
know, I
I'm just
know, I
worried that
know.
anybody who goes against that Mania, he's gonna put over.
It's the Lame Guys Podcast.
All right, so I have a little guessing game I want to play. I saw
All right.
this from WrestleMania on Twitter, and I saw this little stat basically for 2024, and I was like, damn, really? Okay. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. So it says WWE wrestlers with the most losses in 2024. Have you seen this?
No. I would assume Dom's on there for sure.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, there's four of them. So I was going to say, can you
Okay.
guess four? But okay. So Dom is one. Yes. And there's three more.
So there's three more. So these are the wrestlers that have the most losses this year.
Yeah.
Finn Balor.
Okay.
So Dom, Finn Balor. Chelsea Green.
Nope.
Is there a girl on there or no?
No, it's all guys.
Finn Balor, or Dom. Sammy hasn't been losing. I don't know. Is it a tag team? What brand are they on? Raw or SmackDown?
One of them was SmackDown, and the other one honestly bounces back and forth.
What the fuck?
There was a time in the year where they bounced back and forth.
Okay, they were just going Braun Strowman.
No,
No, I
let
don't
me
know.
know whenever you're done.
I don't know the other two.
JD. So
Oh
full
well, so
Judgment Day.
I wanted to say JD, but then I was thinking, bro, the whole Judgment Day. I'm not gonna. So okay,
So Dom, Finn, JD, and Shinsuke.
bro. I mean, Shinsuke's been gone like for a big portion of the year. I'm surprised he's on there.
So Shinsuke has for the year has 56 matches and lost 52 of them. Dom
We knew he
had
was losing for a while.
yeah. Dom had 61 matches, lost 50.
Mm-hmm.
JD had 66 matches, lost 50, and Finn Balor with the most, or no, tied up with JD with 66 matches and lost 49 of them.
Yeah. That just tells me that all four of those men there are going to have a big 2025. If Triple H has taught us anything else, it's that he rewards. We saw with Seth Rollins, we saw with Bailey. Now, I don't know if those are going to be on that level, but I mean, Finn Balor's we've already seen on Twitter reports, like he's set to have a big year. Dom, we talked about it a couple episodes ago. We think he's going to have a big 2025. Shinsuke already won the United States Championship.
Yep.
JD, I don't know what they do with him, but I mean, he got the tag titles. They just lost it, but I see all four of those guys having good 2025s. If Triple H just taught us anything, it's that the people that he has sacrificed a year, he rewards them after.
Yeah, and I mean, the one thing that we keep on saying is that Finn needs this little need a reward. He needs he needs his flowers now, because before Finn was on top, and then he started, letting the newcomers get those dubs. He started taking the backseat and letting JD shine, Dom shine, pre-shine.
Rhea, Damian.
Rhea, he did what he had to do for the Judgment Day, and it was phenomenal. Judgment Day was so successful because of Finn Balor. Because the other superstars shine because him taking the step back. Because Finn's a fucking great ass wrestler. We know this. So I just know, looking at this list, and you are exactly right. If we know anything about Triple H, he's going to reward them. Finn out of these four is going to get the biggest push out of all of them.
Yeah. I mean, out of the four, yes. I mean, yeah, I do. Ultimately, I mean, people can say what he wants, and it's frustrating to see as a fan because see him lose like that. But I mean, at the end of the day, he did his job. Like, bro, he made Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley deserves that credit too. But I'm sure with Finn's, he's a veteran with his expertise and him being on the road with her and Damian, like he helped push them, right? Like he could have easily been selfish and like take and just been the leader. At first, the Judgment Day, he was the leader, right? And then he like took a huge step back and let them two just shine. And so I think Finn plays a big part in that. And I think we've even seen it on Twitter that like, you know, he played a big role in making those two people stars. So Finn Balor, I mean, he may have lost a ton of matches, but behind the scenes, I mean, he's had a hell of a year. And we saw on Twitter now that he's like the locker room leader now.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, people already like the superstars have technically dubbed him the locker room leader.
Yeah, he's been helping everybody out. We've seen on social media and stuff, so he deserves it, man. He deserves it. I'm just curious the route they're going to take because we've talked about it multiple times. Like Judgment Day's kind of lost their steam, and each week it kind of feels like they're teasing, like maybe like they're going to break up. So I'm curious how they go about it, but who knows, man? Who knows?
About the
That
locker
is
room
that is
leaders,
good.
no, I was gonna say about the locker room leaders. I feel like, from what social media has said, and even what they've kind of presented on TV, it's only been one person on TV that they've basically said you're a locker room leader is Rey Mysterio,
Mhm.
and that one makes total sense. But on social media, it sounds like they mentioned Finn and they mentioned Punk. We've seen
Yeah,
them say that about
it's
Punk,
crazy because
helping a lot of the new talent, especially NXT.
mhm. It's crazy. You know, it's like whenever we were watching wrestling, which Undertaker's always kind of been dubbed as the locker room leader, but now it's more so it's like
Yeah.
the people that we grew up watching that were young, and it just makes me feel even old. Like Randy Orton, prime example. Randy Orton, you hear so many stories of how he was such a big knucklehead in our days, and now he's a veteran. He's a locker room leader. Like it's crazy how the roles get flipped like that, and it just goes to show, bro, we're getting fucking old.
I feel like we always discuss that on here.
Yeah, well,
There's stuff that just kicks in, and it's just
every
like,
day something
damn.
happens that yeah, every day there's something that makes me think, holy shit, like we are old. But episode 61 of the wrestling podcast, Lame Guys Wrestling Podcast, I'm Mario.
I'm Vincent. All right, bro. You just want to get into Raw and SmackDown? What happened this week?
Yeah, man. So I was gonna say before we get to that, this is one of the few times here in a while where I feel like wrestling is low on the totem pole as far as like things to talk about compared to our other podcasts, the movie stuff. Normally it's like we're trying to find stuff to talk about with there, but with wrestling we always have stuff to talk about. This one, I mean, it's kind of a slow week with Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been a little bit of a stalemate right now. They've been doing a lot of pre-tape stuff, so for the most part, we kind of already see what happens.
Well, we
And
see what
then by
happens,
the
but
time
also
we,
it's like it's kind of just been whatever, you know, like even this past SmackDown episode, the Fridays, like it was a pre-taped episode, but it didn't have any the people from Saturday Night Main Event in it, so
yeah,
it was just slow.
oh shit,
Uh,
we know Cody ain't there.
yeah, yeah. So let's get to the big thing on Monday night. Tag team titles swapped to the War Raiders. It seems like everybody was ready for the tag team titles to get off the Judgment Day because I think I saw they had like a 180-day reign and only 3 title defenses.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's wild. It's weird how SmackDown's tag titles feel way more, you know, relevant, way more important than the Raw tag team titles. But I think them putting it on the War Raiders, they've acknowledged that, and the War Raiders will defend it more.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw though that was it Ivar went on social media and said that he has permanent damage, nerve damage to his hand.
Well, he talked about that on Chris Van Vliet actually. Chris Van
Okay.
Vliet Chris Van Vliet just put out a podcast. Ivar won the tag titles on Monday, and Chris put out his podcast on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
And I listened to that, and he talks about that. Like, yeah, him and Eric are both fucked up, bro. But that's why he said they're trying to get these tag team titles, and they're trying to get this run because they don't know how much longer they have. Isn't that crazy?
That's so sad, dude. That's so sad.
Because his last injury that he just came back from, Ivar, was a neck injury, if I'm not mistaken, if that's what he said, and it was like really bad, and he thought his career was over. Like at first the doctors told him it was over, and then another doctor looked at it or something like that, and then they were like, actually, like we could work with this. Like you could be able to work with this. And so he said, let's run it. And yeah, I mean, they are on a time crunch. Like he knows it. He talked about it on Chris Van Vliet. Like he knows I don't have much longer, so let's get it going. Isn't that crazy?
God, bro, don't let New Day hear us talk about this, about no neck injuries and coming back, boy. They gonna
Yeah.
give them more ammo.
I mean, that's a good one for them to lose it to. I mean, I don't know how long their run's gonna be, but someone to beat them and beat
Yeah.
the New Day.
Yeah, bro. And
I
that
take
heel
it.
heat
I
is
mean,
going to be
they have so much heat
amazing
right
on them.
now. They have so much heat right now. So, bro, what if they tie that in though? What if they tie that in with Ivar? And I don't know how much longer he has. I didn't see this tweet that he put out. He just put out a tweet that said what? What did he say?
Well, I'm guessing I thought it was a tweet, but I guess it probably was the comment he made on Chris Van Vliet.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing
Yes. Yeah.
because you're.
Yes.
I mean, because I saw a couple people going with it, so it may have been that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. He talks about it. He says he has nerve damage in his hands. Like and that's something he already has. He's already accepted. And so who knows how long their title run is going to be? But like, let's say it's not very long, and then they play the whole neck issue, and then they take. What if the New Day takes him out because of his neck? Like they make that a whole thing, bro. Ultimate heat. Other than that, Raw didn't really have much else, right? I mean, so Drew McIntyre has pretty much established that he's coming for the bloodline. He's the kind of bounty hunter right now. He's trying to take off these bloodline members' heads.
Oh wait. Didn't we have the promo with Punk and Seth?
Yeah, when they actually fought. That's true. Yes.
Yeah. And they had the whole brawl where they were going through the crowd and everything like that. I love that shit so much. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like it's being overplayed a lot more now.
It's being overplayed, and what I miss is when wrestlers used to come out and break that shit up.
Yeah.
That's when that shit felt real.
Yeah, bro. All I see now is
Jason Jordan, Kenny Dykstra,
Davari,
Jamie Noble. Like they come out, and just try to break it up.
Every single time I see Jamie Noble, bro, I'm telling you, every single time I see him, all I think about is when back in the day on SmackDown with him and was it Nydia?
Yeah.
And then he came into that money and he goes, "Baby, we going all out. We going to Applebee's." Bro, I thought that was the greatest.
He was great, bro. He was great. And no disrespect, but like they played their character so well that I used to think Nydia was gross. And Nydia, like she's a pretty good lady, like she's a pretty girl, but I just like their characters. I used to just think like, bro, because they played like that white trash character,
Yes, bro, the trailer trash character.
Yeah, I used to think Nydia was gross.
But great promo with Seth and Punk. I love how personal it feels and everything like that. We're going to see that all come to a head at was it January 6th with the Netflix on Raw?
Yeah.
Or I'm curious, Raw on Netflix.
Yeah. And I mean, that just leads to WrestleMania because it's like I didn't think that we were going to see them put their hands on each other this soon. And so it's like then it starts to question more and more what's going to happen at WrestleMania. Are they going to face it? Because the original plan that we all kind of imagined was it was going to be them two at WrestleMania. So yeah, who knows? But yes, it was finally cool to see them get their hands on each other because WWE's done a great job of teasing us this feud, but they don't put their hands on each other. They maybe we get a push every now and then, but they hadn't fought yet. Saw them fight, how to come break it up. Feels personal. I'm curious to see where they go from this. Raw, the January 6th Raw is a PLE, bro.
Oh, most definitely is.
We got that and CM. We got Seth and CM Punk. We got Roman and Solo, and we got Liv and Rhea, and then we have The Rock, and then we have Cena on top of that.
Yeah, you read everything that I have right here for it. Plus, you forgot Travis Scott's performing. Oh my gosh!
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
he's a big wrestling fan.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah, it's a PLE, bro. It's a PLE. I'm excited for it. I'm curious to see how it's gonna hold up. I don't think it's gonna have near as many people like the Jake Paul fight, so I don't think we'll run into Netflix streaming issues. But I'm genuinely curious how this is gonna go.
Nah, bro, fuck it. Paul wants it to crash.
Well, yeah, he said if that's a good problem to have, which I agree.
Yeah.
Like if you have 60 million concurrent viewers, like that's watching Raw, like bro, that's a fantastic problem to have.
Most
But yeah, I'm
definitely.
curious to see what's gonna happen, bro. I mean, and then later in the month we got the Royal Rumble.
It's coming up, bro, and I'm so
I know it's
excited.
coming up so fast. It's coming up so fast. What else happened on Raw? I think it was pretty. Other than that, it was pretty lackluster. Drew took out Jimmy or Jay and Sammy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then other than that, I mean, it was kind of just whatever. And then Bronson, not Bronson Reed. There's Bronson Reed, Braun Strowman, and Braun
Braun
Breaker.
Breaker.
Those three motherfuckers confuse me all the fucking time. Braun
Mhm.
Breaker and Ludwig Kaiser had a good match. I'm not sure if you saw that. It was pretty entertaining. But other than that, I mean, I when I say it's lackluster, I just mean like I don't know. It just kind of just felt like just a normal episode of Raw, where it's not like I'm excited to come and talk about it. You know?
I do like if was it this past Raw where Ludwig and Gunther had the little promo backstage, and then he was like, "Where were you? Huh? What was more important?" And this, and then Ludwig told him, "No disrespect, but I had to
Yeah.
take care of my own stuff." Like this, and
Mhm.
then it looked like Gunther was about to pop off, and he goes, "I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. You know,
I
I
don't
respect that." And this.
I don't remember if that was this week or last week. Part of me wants to say that was last week's Raw, but
Damn, was it?
I
Shit.
could be mistaken. But yeah, I do know exactly what you're talking about, and I thought the same thing. I thought, oh shit, and then when he said that, I thought, oh, perfect, because they're not really a tag team anyways. So they're not really like the Imperium doesn't even feel like a group anymore. So
No, not at
um,
all.
yeah, that's fine that they did that. SmackDown, we got Bianca and Naomi. Still don't know what the fuck happened to Jade, but they retained the tag team titles. Um, you know, it kind of just feels like they put this Jade thing kind of on a back burner.
They
My
bring it
guess is
up. That's all they
they
bring it
bring
up.
it up. My guess is they're trying to stretch it out to Royal Rumble.
We've been saying that it's one of them. It was both of them, bro.
Oh,
Oh
you think
well,
it was
no,
Bianca and Naomi?
maybe. What if it was both of them? Because it showed that Bianca or that Jade was already on the car when Bianca was in the ring. What if she
Yeah,
did that shit right before she came out, and then they just barely found her?
maybe. I don't know. I don't really see both of them. I'm starting to lean more towards what people were saying on social media. I my gut feeling still says Bianca, but I could see it being Naomi. And then
Yeah,
that would be her heel turn. Me personally, I would want to see a Bianca heel turn more than a Naomi heel turn, but I understand Naomi could probably benefit from it more just because she's kind of just like in a stuck, and she's not main card, but she's not mid card because she's above mid card, but she's not like. I don't know if WWE sees her as like championship material, but they don't see her as mid card material. So she's in like
yeah,
a weird phase. So I think a heel turn could benefit her, and I think ultimately that's probably where they're gonna go because it's not a heel. A heel would have already admitted it.
yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
So
Every single time you say that, I'm like, "Ah," I'm like, I mean, that's 100% true because
mm,
they'd be so proud to
they'd
take
be
a
gloating about that
powerhouse
shit.
like that. Yeah,
Yep, they'd be gloating about it. Other than that, what happened on SmackDown? We got Cody's out.
Drew, Drew,
Cody's out.
coming out with the bloodline, or not coming out with them, but interrupting their promo, whatever,
Yeah.
and basically saying that at one point, you were with the bloodline and I hated your guts, but you know what? I respect you because you're the only one that stood up to Roman and everything like
Hmm.
that. He goes, and part of me wants to knock your ass out, but the other part of me wants to say, bro, we have to work together because we have a common enemy and everything like that. I mean, I like that whole promo back and forth.
Yep. Uh, Drew told Solo like get the job done, like take
Yeah.
Roman out. Isn't it crazy how like we have the main bloodline story, but then we also have like little seeds of other bloodline, little side quest type stories. That just goes to show how big the bloodline story is. For 4 years now,
I love the
almost 5 now
continuous.
at this point,
About to get into
almost
5,
five
bro.
years at this point. Like it is still going strong. Not even do we just have one main story. We have other seeds. We have Drew trying to take out the OG bloodline members, but Roman's not even focused on Drew, almost focused on Solo. And then we saw the Rock looming in the mix. Like we don't know what's gonna happen with that. Like it's insane, bro. It's insane. It's the greatest wrestling story of all time.
I
Greatest
love
wrestling
Solo.
storyline.
I love Solo over here. Roman, you're on your boat and everything. Right? You let him know. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. And then then you have the Jacob too, like
Oof.
thing.
Oh,
Like people just love, and he's great too because all he says is "I love you, Solo." Like, and it's fantastic too because if you do let this guy talk, he's gonna overshadow Solo. So it's like they do their best to just have him do his things, have him highlight in matches, but all he says is "I love you, Solo." Like that. What else?
So,
Bronson,
well, I want to
Braun
bring this up
Strowman's
real
coming
quick.
back. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't know if you saw this today, um, on Twitter, but it says Sports Illustrated has officially awarded the Samoan Werewolf Jacob Fatu as the 2024 Breakout Star of the Year, one of the greatest signees in WWE history.
Do you
Jacob
agree with
Fatu
that?
as the bro. He came out and made an impact, and we all thought he was going to overshadow Solo, like how you just mentioned, everything like that. We thought that this dude's going to be a problem in WWE. He is a problem, but they're holding him so well, and the fans love him. And every single time he fights, every single time he's on TV, every single time he he's cut a promo before, they've been holding him back with his promos because they know this man can pop off. But every single time he's given us a promo, it's been great. Every single time he's been in the ring fighting, he stands fucking out. During war games, this man stood out. Every single time you see him face to face with another superstar, the crowd, oh God, because they know the match that him versus whoever's in front of him could have is amazing. So I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it as a breakout superstar.
I'm not mad at it either,
I'm
but
not going to say he's superstar of the year. I'm not saying anything like that.
right. Oh,
But
well, and
I mean, a breakout for the year. I'm not mad at it.
that's fine. I guess it depends on what the definition is a breakout, though, because like, could a talent
Best
that
year.
came up from the NXT roster? So is it just who got signed this year? Because
It just says one of the greatest signees in WWE history.
like I would argue that Braun Breaker should be breakout star of the year because he's had the most successful transition coming from NXT to WWE. Like they've done an amazing job building him up as the next Goldberg, as the next Brock Lesnar, this next big thing. He has an Intercontinental title now. He had a main event match with Jey Uso that was phenomenal. Jey Uso beat him, but then he ended up getting it back. Like I mean, coming from NXT, I mean, I feel like he's done more than Jacob Fatu. Yes, Jacob Fatu has more hype behind him, but he also benefits from this bloodline storyline where Braun Breaker's by himself. Like, I guess that's what I'm trying to say is what's the definition of breakout star? Is that just because he got signed this year? And maybe we've already seen Braun Breaker doing amazing things on NXT, but then I'm looking at it as if Braun Breaker got to the main roster this year, and he's had a great year as well. So I don't know.
I'm looking at that as basically rookie of the year.
Well, so Braun
Even though
Breaker's included as a rookie of the year though,
mm,
because he's on the main roster. You get what I'm
yeah,
saying?
good point. Yeah, good point.
Like
Good
Carmelo
point.
Hayes. Carmelo Hayes has had a pretty good year as well. He hasn't had as great years as Braun Breaker, but I mean, he's had a decent year. Um, who else has come up? Did Chelsea Green get to the main roster this year? Did she get signed this year, 2024, or was that 2023?
I think it was 2023.
Okay. I don't know.
Wait.
I think it's between Braun Breaker and yeah. I mean, I guess I can't really think of who else. Jacob Fatu, I guess, would be there, but I'd give it to Braun. Braun would be my breakout star of the year.
And and funny thing is, we've seen them face to face, and that crowd loved it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right though. Jacob Fatu has so much hype behind him, but it's like it's exactly what we've been saying. It's he will overshadow Solo, so it's almost like they're not letting us see a ton of him. Like yes, we are getting him in these matches, but we're not seeing him every week. So and I think that's because he'll overshadow Solo. So, but what else? What else happened on SmackDown? Carmelo Hayes beat Braun Strowman by count out. I don't know if you saw
Yeah,
that. A lot of people were mad
yeah.
on Twitter for last week because they kind of not buried, but it was a squash match. Braun Strowman made Carmelo look weak. So a lot of people were pissed about that. So he got the win this week, but it was by count out. I don't really tie too much into it. I think it was last week. I said Braun Strowman is their last hope for
The
a
big man.
big for the Giants, like how it was back in the day when we were watching wrestling. So
Yeah.
they're gonna try their best to make it work because it truly is the last one. I know we have Omos, but there isn't another guy, dude.
Yeah, there's another guy, and the thing is, Braun Strowman is he's a big man that can move so damn well. He's not in the same category as big man as in like big showing Kane, where you don't see. Well, Kane did fly. he'd get on the top rope or something like that, like you would see that and it would shock the hell out of everyone. Braun
Yeah.
Strowman's over here drop kicking motherfuckers, you know, trying, like when they are running the ropes, he will try to jump over them and everything like that. Like he's doing stuff that you're not supposed to do as in with his size, but yet it looks great because you're just like, damn,
Yeah.
it's like it's crazy to see that.
Yeah. And I guess when I say that, I like Bronson. I know Bronson Reed is a big guy. He's like a Mark Henry-esque body type.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like the 7-foot monsters,
No,
like
yeah.
Undertaker, like Kane. So I don't want people to think that I'm not saying Bronson Reed's not a monster. I'm just meaning like back in the day, you were 7 feet tall, bro. WWE made you a fucking star. You were close to 7
Yeah.
feet tall, they made you a star. Braun Strowman is the last hope in that. So,
Yeah, Taker
but
still
other
thinks
than
Omos is it too.
well, Bobby Lashley even said that about Omos, but we
Yeah.
haven't seen him since. We haven't seen him. I don't even know if he's still signed with WWE.
So what's funny is Taker on 6 Feet Under, he mentioned because they did the interview, and then like I think 2 interviews later, they talked about how great it was to interview Omos and everything like that, and how the fans really liked that interview, and they all agree that they want to see more of Omos. But Taker in there said that he has the size, he has the strength, he has the looks. He said he has the mic skills, and when he said that, I was like, but I feel like he's always had a site like he's always
He's
had
always
someone
had
that
like a manager, like MVP.
yeah, yes, to speak for him. So I'm like, I couldn't really think about any time I've heard an Omos promo. Like I can't remember it.
Yeah. Maybe Undertaker means like he's seen him actually cut promos, like get practice and stuff.
Yeah.
But WWE hasn't given him the opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think athletically, yes, I agree, but I haven't seen Mike skills either. Like I haven't really seen him cut a
Yeah.
great promo or anything like that. So I don't know. Other than that, though, yeah, I mean, it was kind of just a lackluster. It's like we're just at the home stretch to Monday Night Raw, and then the wrestlers got Christmas off, which is fantastic. It's fantastic to see. So I don't mind the tape shows. I just mean it just was kind of uneventful, especially SmackDown. SmackDown was very uneventful.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, but we did have the Netflix little thing at WWE headquarters. I saw a lot of media coverage on that. It's crazy, man. It's coming up. I mean, it's
2
3
weeks.
weeks.
3 weeks.
Well, today's Saturday, so 2 weeks from. So 3 more Mondays. Yes.
Yeah.
3 more Mondays. We're gonna see Raw on Netflix. How crazy is that?
That's insane. And I know I feel like there's gonna be a part of me. So obviously, on Monday night before it starts, I'm obviously going to go straight to Netflix and have it ready. But I feel like it's going to happen to where I'm going to naturally go to the USA app on streaming and be
Maybe.
like, where is it? Oh shit, yeah, Netflix. My bad.
It is gonna be
Go back.
weird. I mean, it's been on cable our whole lives.
Yeah.
It's been on.
Yep.
So it is gonna be a different change of pace, but I just hope it works out, man. I hope it works out, and I think it will. I think it's gonna do a lot. I mean, it's all across the world.
Yeah, it's insane. WWE is the hottest it's ever been, dude.
And there's still people that argue. It's like, how can you, bro? Financially, it's a whole nother level. It's a whole nother level, bro. Like when we were watching wrestling growing up, it was on Spike TV, bro. Nobody was watching that shit. Like, yes, we had fans, but I mean, it's very far and few.
What's funny is I talked to Teckle a couple days ago, and he was discussing he will ask me, how's the podcast, how's this, what would y'all talk about, whatever, and then I'll bring shit up because he talks about part of him thinks like he should check out wrestling every once in a while because he knows that me and you talk about it and he heard it's pretty good right now. And I said, bro, honestly, get into it. I said, just turn it on and see what happens. I was like, bro, there's some great stuff going on and the talent's amazing and everything like that. And he mentioned, he was like, God, he goes, I used to watch SmackDown when it was on Thursdays. He goes on UPN. And I go, yes, bro, UPN. And we just started talking about that. And I was like, gosh, Lee. So you just saying like, Raw was on Spike. It made me think cutting SmackDown was on UPN for us. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I remember, dude. At Thursday night, 7. It started at 7, end at 9. That's why I love SmackDown the most, because I was able to watch all of SmackDown. Most of the time, my parents would try to not let me watch all of Raw.
Yeah, bro. Then you had that intro, that
Yeah,
what?
yeah. What else we got?
As far as for Raw and SmackDown, I like we kind of said, it's a little uneventful. That's all I have for it. We kind of already alluded to the Netflix stuff earlier about how they showed up at WWE headquarters and everything like that. That was a pretty good eventful thing. That's where we got the confirmation for Rhea and Liv and everything like that. Um, I'm hyped for that too, even though I know people are tired of this feud. I'm hyped for that. We had Punk and Seth on stage too. We had Solo on stage. We had
Paul
Kevin
Heyman.
Owens, Paul Heyman. We had Kevin Owens bring out the winged eagle. Gosh, I love the fact that he's doing that right now, dude.
Yeah,
I
it looks good
love it.
on him too.
Yes, yeah, yes, it does, dude.
Yeah.
I love it on him. I love, I love when he entered. He entered on the balcony. He was like, "First off, security sucks in this place." He goes, "I just walked in here," and then, bro, even Cole's trying to pop off on him. He goes, "I thought you were gonna do your little, vignettes in the car, like a what is it, like a bum or whatever." He told him. I was like, "God damn, bro."
Yeah. Yeah, Kevin Owens is doing the best work, dude. Oh, that's another thing we missed on SmackDown. He said this. We haven't even seen the worst Kevin Owens yet. We ain't even
Oh,
seen
bro,
him lose control, bro. So
bro,
who knows what the
he
fuck
did
we're gonna see?
that. He did that Gene Snitsky. It wasn't my fault. Bro. It's
Yeah,
everyone's fault but his, bro. I love
yeah.
it.
I remember, bro, when that shit happened and Lita was depressed because Kane fell on her. Remember that shit? That's how they killed her
Yes,
baby.
bro.
Bro, I
Yes,
thought
bro.
that shit was dead ass real, bro. I thought that shit was
Yes.
dead ass real. Like that's crazy.
Same. Same, bro.
And I remember Lita the next week, she was depressed, bro.
Bro.
Gosh.
And Kane tried to talk to her, bro, and she just
Yeah, dude. Bro, that shit was crazy, bro. The storylines we used to see, I used to think that shit was real.
bro, Snitsky came out with the towel and everything. Crowd tried to touch him. Oh, bro, he didn't want no one touching the baby boy. So wild.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, bro. But no, yeah, the event went great. There was a ton of social media coverage that I saw from it, and I didn't watch everybody's segments. I just kind of just watched Twitter clips about it. But I saw the Kevin Owens thing, and he's doing the best work of his career. I mean, not the best work of his career, I guess, but he's on a hot run. Like he had a while where he was kind of just whatever. Now this is great. This is what he's doing is great, and I can't wait to see where it goes for him because I have an idea, but we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it later.
The one thing I want to bring up to you is I saw this on WrestleOps on Twitter. I'm sorry. It says WWE ranks the top 10 most shocking pay-per-view moments of 2024. Have you seen this?
No.
So I'll go from 10 and go all the way to 1. Number 10, Finn Balor betrays Damian Priest at SummerSlam. Number 9, Sami Zayn dethrones Gunther at WrestleMania. Number 8, Bayley wins the Royal Rumble. Number 7, CM Punk costs Drew McIntyre the world title at Clash at the Castle. Number 6, Tonga Loa's debut at Backlash. Number 5, CM Punk saves Roman Reigns from a tsunami at War Games. Number 4, Undertaker chokeslams The Rock. Number 3, John Cena announces retirement. Number 2, Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio kiss at SummerSlam. And do you think you know what number 1 is?
Well, it wouldn't be CM Punk returning, right? Because that's 2023.
Nope.
Roman Reigns coming back at SummerSlam.
Number 1, Damian Priest cashes in the Money in the Bank at WrestleMania 40.
That was pretty crazy.
Yeah. Any of those stand out to you?
Well, I'm trying to think of what was actually the most surprising to me because me and you always theorize, and like a lot of these we saw coming.
Yeah.
The Damien one I did not see coming, so it was pretty surprising. Well, I knew he was going to cash in eventually. I guess I just didn't think it was going to be at WrestleMania.
Honestly, I look at some of these and I'm thinking, I think some of them are like should be higher on the list.
Like which ones?
I think Sammy dethrones Gunther at
That one I did
WrestleMania.
not see coming. I remember me and you both were watching it, and we were just like, "What?"
That needs to be in the top 5.
Yeah.
I don't think Punk saves Roman from the tsunami. I don't think that needs to be at number 5.
Yeah,
I think
he
that
was
needs to be
already on his
lower.
team. He was already on his team.
The Damian
Tongaloa
Priest
does
thing,
not need to be at number 6.
I like that in the top
Bring
5.
down.
That was a good.
good
Personally
moment.
for me,
The
and it's
Dom
not a
and
bias
Liv
thing. I'm
kiss
just looking at the
SummerSlam.
way social media
I
reacted.
like that moment
Undertaker,
too. That was a pretty
not
we
necessarily
knew
choke slam,
eventually
but
it was going to
Undertaker
happen,
pop,
but
but showing
when
up
it
to
did,
do
it
the
was
face
just
to
like,
face with the
God,
Rock
for
Dom to take
that
control.
win,
Because
for
typically it's
Mona
always
to
been
be
Liv
Yeah.
the one
for
being the aggressor
2024.
and being the one
So
chasing
Well,
Dom,
especially
but for
being
Dom to grab
off,
Liv
especially
on
because
that
we thought it
kisser
was
and
going to be
everything like
Stone
that.
Cold. It was the kiss that was it was the kiss that was
and
most
so we
surprising
thought
to
we'd
me.
hear the glass
Because
shatter.
Yeah.
We didn't think we'd
this
hear
whole
the
time we never
Dom.
saw Rhea,
That was
but it was
dumb.
still
Yeah.
epic. It was the kiss that was
And so I
like,
genuinely was surprised.
like,
Yes, because
what's
I didn't
Dom's
think it was
wife
going to be
gonna think?
Undertaker.
Like, that was the
I
most
thought it was gonna be
surprising
Stone
thing for
Cold.
me.
And then
And
on
the only
top
thing
of
she had
that,
to say
I wanted to bring
was,
this up
I
before we
found
go
a
back to the
tarantula
list.
in the
I saw
garage.
this on Twitter. It said Triple
According
H
to
reveals
Dominic.
that the Undertaker originally rejected.
Yeah, I don't know which
appearance.
one is the most surprising. I
The
guess
Rock had to
I
call
guess you're
him.
right. I guess
Everybody had
probably
to
the
call
Undertaker
him
thing.
to finally make him do it. Seeing that
Yeah,
at number
which is
3,
crazy
I
because
think needs to
on
stay in that
Christmas
top
Week he
5.
did not say that. You listened to the
Yeah,
Christmas
because
Week
I didn't
interview
expect
also,
him
right?
to say,
Yeah,
"Hey,
he said
did-
that
he didn't say that.
2025
last year, I'm
he got
fully
the call
committed,
that they
gonna do
they
a
have an
full
idea
year.
of
Like,
what they
yeah, I
want to
didn't
do,
expect
and then
that.
he
We knew his
said,
retirement was
"Oh,
coming,
all right, let me
but
know
I
if you
thought he
need
would
me."
just do a
And
one-off
then they
match.
called
No,
again,
this
and then
motherfucker
they're
for real
like,
said
you
no
know,
movies
still toying
2025.
with the idea. He was like,
Committed
"Okay,
to
well,
this
let me
shit.
know." And then
That's
Paul
crazy.
Heyman had to
Yeah,
call him, and
that's
he
insane.
said,
Yeah, I
"Yeah,
guess
we're
Undertaker
kind
would be
of
number one
throwing
for
this
me.
idea around." He was like,
I guess because I
"Please let me know
truly
if it's
thought it was gonna be Stone
confirmed."
Cold,
And then the
and
day of, that's
the
when they said,
Undertaker has a bonus
and the
because
day
it
of,
was
he didn't
part of
know
the greatest
up until he was already
main
in the suite, and
events
they
in
called him and
WrestleMania
said,
history.
"We need you downstairs. We're
Yeah,
about to do
right,
this
so,
in 30
like,
minutes." So
yeah,
he had
I
to,
guess
or,
I
yeah,
put
we're
that
about
number
to,
one.
prepare in 30 minutes, and he had to run
Yeah.
Yeah,
downstairs.
what's crazy is
That's what I'm saying. He didn't
Did
say
we ever
that, so I
hear
wonder which
about?
one is actually true.
No, we did. Never mind. Okay, I was going to say,
Part of
did
me
we
doesn't
hear
feel
any
like
news
Undertaker
about
would
like
ever
why Stone
not
Cold
do
didn't do it, or
something.
if they actually
Like, he
asked
just
him?
I thought
He
they
said it was
said it was
supposed to be about
yeah,
money,
like
right?
so
Yeah,
I thought they
I
said
kind
they
of
just
just
couldn't
believe
agree
his
to
story about
terms
Christmas
for
Week, but
money. Who knows? Maybe
which
maybe
is
this
crazy.
got
I know.
misinterpreted or something.
But
like
that's what
that.
I'm saying.
I'm not sure.
I
but
don't see Undertaker
yeah, on
being
Christmas
that way.
Week, he
Undertaker,
said he was
this
always
motherfucker
down.
would do
It was just a
just,
matter of they didn't
he
tell
even
him for
said, bro, he
sure.
was in a
Hey,
suite
and they
doing
called
this.
him, and so he had to freaking go down. And then he like this was he said like that was the first time he even ran on his knee. He had just got his knee
Yeah,
replaced or his hip or
that's
whatever it
correct.
was. Like
Yeah, his
like
knees.
so he didn't know if he was gonna make it. And yeah, so like yeah. Undertaker seems. I was just surprised that Stone Cold seemed the money route, but I mean, I guess it makes sense. He retired a lot sooner too, so it makes sense that he would want more money. But I just think also it's like, bro, we just need you for a stunner. Like you're telling me you couldn't come and just do the fucking stunner,
Yeah,
but it is what
yeah.
it is. But yeah, I guess Undertaker should take the spot there.
Yeah. Everything else though, I mean, it's a good list. It's a good list. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah. What else we got?
Honestly,
I have
I've
a
run through
segment if
everything.
we can
I'm
end
about to say
it.
I
Okay.
ran through everything.
I knew it was going to be a shorter episode, so I got a segment that we can do. I just came up with it on the fly, so some of these answers I know the answers for us, but it's a would you rather mania edition for main events. On Twitter, we've been seeing nothing but different rumors and circulations about what the WrestleMania events are going to be and what WWE is talking about behind the scenes. So I kind of have some of these wrestlers here, and I want to ask you what you would prefer seeing them do at WrestleMania.
Okay.
What is this? 41 now. WrestleMania 41?
Yep.
That's what's coming up.
Las
All right.
Vegas.
First one on the list. I think I already know the answer, but just so we can talk about it because this is a new development. Would you rather have Roman Reigns versus The Rock or Roman Reigns versus CM Punk?
Boy, Roman versus Rock.
I should have done Roman versus Solo. That would be a better. Okay, let's change it because Roman versus Rock is an obvious answer. Roman versus Solo or Roman versus CM Punk?
Roman versus Solo.
Okay, why?
Even though so I was gonna say Punk at first because we're already about to get that for this Monday or this Raw on Netflix. But
I'm
I
not
can see
getting
them
Roman
upping.
versus Punk.
No. I was saying.
Oh yes, yeah.
I was
Okay.
originally going to say Roman versus Punk because we're already about to see Roman versus Solo.
Yes.
But you can up the stakes a little more in some type of way to make it larger than life for that main event. So with that in mind, I wouldn't mind seeing that. But at the same time, gosh, bro, Punk versus Roman's amazing too.
Yeah, I'm torn about it. Obviously, I would rather see Roman versus Rock. That's the match I want to see Roman in. I don't want to see him fight anybody else at WrestleMania. And I think the Monday on Netflix is going to set it up. Cody's gone. Yeah. Cody's injured, and so he's not there for this specific reason. So Rock
damn
will
near
show
died
up
in the ring.
Rock will show up, maybe help Solo win, set up them at WrestleMania. That's the match I want. If I had to pick between Roman versus Punk and Roman versus Solo, I would pick Roman versus Solo just because bloodline story wise, like it just
Yeah.
makes the most sense. And I just don't see them turning Punk heel for that. And he would have to be the heel because Roman just turned good guy. And I don't know. I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but it's one of those things that doesn't have to happen at WrestleMania, if that makes sense.
Yes, that
Like
makes sense.
it's a WrestleMania worthy match. I'm not saying it's not.
It's a SummerSlam match.
But Roman and CM Punk sells itself at any PLE. Doesn't matter where it's at. So it's like it doesn't have to happen at WrestleMania. Punk can turn this favor in whenever he wants for Paul Heyman. So I'm gonna go Roman versus Solo on that one, just for story purposes. I want because if you tell me I don't get Roman versus Rock at this WrestleMania, and I get Roman versus Solo, then Roman versus Solo would essentially insinuate that we're still in this bloodline thing, and then we'll get Roman versus Rock at the next WrestleMania, hopefully. Okay,
bro,
but hopefully not. I think that's the match we're getting at WrestleMania: Roman versus Rock. All right, next one: Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. I think I know the answer to this, but just part of the game. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton, or Cody Rhodes versus The Rock.
Cody Randy.
Yeah, I agree. I don't want to see Cody versus The Rock. Like I just don't.
That's a Survivor Series match.
It's a Survivor Series match, and it's a match that doesn't need to happen. Like I don't care about it. Like I just don't. Next one up. This is one that we saw on Twitter recently, going around. John Cena versus Gunther, or John Cena versus Logan Paul.
Cena versus Gunther.
Same. John Cena and Logan Paul I do want to see, but that's not a WrestleMania match.
Yeah. No,
not in John Cena's Cena. Not in his last WrestleMania.
I don't need to see Cena lose his last WrestleMania.
Yeah. Well, you think if he went against Gunther, you think he'd win?
Yep.
I don't know. Part of me could see him putting Gunther over.
Fuck that humble shit, bro. He's about to get that record.
But that's the thing too, is like I see him putting over. I'm just worried that anybody he goes against at Mania, he's gonna put over. That's what I'm truly worried about.
Bro, I know.
Yeah, I'm truly worried about that. But I agree. Yeah, I do want to see John Cena and Logan Paul, and I think we're gonna get it. But I don't care to see it at WrestleMania. I want to see John Cena in a more meaningful match.
Yeah.
What about the Logan Paul and Gunther kind of throwing shade at each other too? Logan saying he's gonna be champion, and then Gunther said he'd slap him if he comes to like. I don't know. Maybe that's insinuating later that that's gonna happen. I don't know.
I love it, boy.
Yeah. Next one up. Would you rather see Seth Rollins versus CM Punk at WrestleMania, or Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens versus the Usos and Sami Zayn?
Damn, that's a good one.
The three people that stayed true to fuck the bloodline versus OG bloodline.
See, so I'm torn on that one because I want to say, yeah, that 6-man match sounds great. But at the same time, the Kevin, Seth, and Drew all have personal shit they got to deal with when it comes to Roman. And Roman's not going to be involved in that match. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like you need Roman in there. So
Okay.
I'm going to say the same thing, but I'm going to say the same thing with the possibility of a Roman versus Solo. You can up the stakes. So do a Seth versus Punk, up the stakes a little bit. I'll take that match.
I'd say Seth Rollins versus CM Punk as well, just because I thought we were getting that anyways. And the fact that they're fighting on the Netflix Raw, it surprises me, honestly, because I thought they were going to make us wait. So that is a rivalry that feels like it's genuine hatred. I'm sure it's not, but it just feels that way. And I just feel like it's a WrestleMania worthy match. We were supposed to get it last WrestleMania, but then CM Punk got hurt. So
yeah, this match between them, no one's going to win, bro. It's going to be some type of outside interference, some way, somehow.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm genuinely curious who
we can wait.
If someone does win, I'm curious who the fuck they give it to.
No idea.
Because both guys, you could argue, need that win.
Yeah.
Next one up. CM Punk versus Seth Rollins or CM Punk versus Gunther? Do you want to see Seth Rollins? Do you want to see CM Punk not only get his WrestleMania main event, but also win a championship at WrestleMania?
No, let's stick with Rollins.
Okay, because you want Gunther for Cena.
Yeah, and plus I
Yeah.
already said it for Seth and Punk. So
Yeah. I agree. I want CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. CM Punk versus Gunther. I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying that's not a WrestleMania worthy match, but that's a match that can happen at any PLE. I would love to see CM Punk, but then at the same time, bro, obviously WWE feels that way about CM Punk and Seth Rollins. It's literally happening on a Raw,
yeah, that's true too.
so they obviously don't think it's a I mean, they may think it's a WrestleMania worthy match, but they obviously don't think we have to wait to WrestleMania for that. I think, yeah, I still want Seth Rollins versus CM Punk though, just because I want to see their rivalry at WrestleMania. It's a personal rivalry. I feel like it's a WrestleMania worthy rivalry. Next one up. The 6-man tag match that I said earlier, Seth Rollins, Drew, KO versus Usos and Sammy. Or would you rather see just KO and Sammy one-on-one at WrestleMania?
KO Sammy 101 WrestleMania.
I agree because I assume that's where they're running with this.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I'll
KO
take that
said,
one.
we haven't seen him for real lose his shit. When we do see him for real lose his shit, it's gonna be on Sami Zayn.
Yeah. They're gonna
Because,
make that shit personal with Canada.
bro, well, that and like they are the ones that dethroned the Usos at WrestleMania. That legendary tag team run. You know, Sammy got betrayed by Raw, and then he sees Sammy just go back. Like, yeah, I can't wait to see when they interact because I'm surprised they haven't, honestly.
They're holding them. They're waiting.
Yeah, I think that's where they're going for WrestleMania, and it makes sense because you need something to do for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I don't have any others. I don't know if you can think of any off the top of your head, but just thought it was a nice little thing to fill up time.
Not necessarily a WrestleMania thing, but I was thinking about this when I listened to O'Shea Jackson's podcast. I can't remember what the fuck it's called. Damn it, bro. Disrespectful as fuck from me. But we had Dominic Mysterio on there.
I know what
First
you're
off,
saying, Dom. Yes.
Dom, gosh, I love this man so much, bro. He is so good at being a heel. And he proves it again during this interview. He did it great with Chris Van Vliet, but he proves it again with this one. But I was thinking, I think it'd be fun to see Judgment Day and Bloodline 2.0 just have a promo with each other. I don't need to see a long ass feud. I don't, because Bloodline's supposed to be this dominant ass force. So I think it'd be cool to see them interact.
Remember, we got the OG Bloodline in the Judgment Day back when they were going strong. Their interaction on SmackDown. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then Rhea got in Solo's face.
Yeah, I love that.
Remember that? That was crazy.
Yeah, and Paul was looking at them like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. What do you think about to the rumors of the Judgment Day is going to feud with the White Six next?
It fits, and I think it'll be fun because the Judgment Day are.
It's going to be fun seeing Dom.
Yes, well, I was going to say they're funny. They're so funny, so I could see them freaking the hell
Carlito
out.
too. Carlito
Yeah.
running. Yeah.
Bro, Nikki's going to go after Carlito so bad, bro.
She's going to go after Liv. She's going to have to go
Liv
after
too,
Liv.
but she's going to fuck with Carlito because he's the scariest one. And then Dom, yeah, bro.
Yeah, I see Liv beating Rhea at Raw, and then that'll be the next thing that she does. They'll be feuding with the White Six, and then she'll be having to deal with freaking Nikki Cross. Now, I'm not saying Nikki Cross gets a title shot because she doesn't deserve it, but she'll be like running scared from Nikki Cross, you know?
Yeah.
That's another one where they've kind of dropped the ball on that, huh? The White Six, they've lost all hype. In my opinion, to me.
I told you, gosh, was it when fucking Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas or whatever, got in the ring. After that, it was lost for me.
Yeah.
His first match, I was like, you kind of just lost it for me.
It wasn't lost for me there.
It's supposed to be this dominant force, this scary ass mofo, and I need to see you squash. Like, I need to see you having squash matches. That's what I need.
It wasn't lost for me there, but it was lost to me because he lost recently, didn't he, on Raw?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's when I was done. That's when I was like, okay, you consider their debut, right? Their debut was iconic. Their debut was an insane debut. And then just from there, it's kind of just been whatever. Like it's kind of just been like, I don't really even take them serious.
Like I
Like and
forget.
yeah, like and then they don't show up every week, and then it's like it's kind of just they kind of dropped the ball on that. And I'm curious where they go with that because I feel like they're getting their ass whooped by Karrion Cross's group right now.
Yes, sir. Final assessment.
Yeah. So, anything else?
That's all I got, bro.
Headed towards the end of the year. Next week we'll film our WWE Superstar of the Year episode. And then until then, dude, we're just waiting till fucking Raw on Netflix and Royal Rumble.
Yeah, bro. That's all I'm waiting for. Royal Rumble, honestly.
Yeah. And we're going
I
to
keep on telling myself
SmackDown.
I keep telling myself I want to buy like some clothes, like some shirts. Like I have that new Rock shirt. I have that new Rock shirt or whatever that I bought, and I'm like, oh, I want to wear that for the Rumble. But then I'm thinking I'm gonna get there and I'm gonna want to buy like an updated shirt from there, like
Well,
one for
my
the Rumble and then
yes.
one that of whoever.
So my original plan was I was going to bring wrestling shirts, but I also envision us. I mean, we're going to get there early Friday morning. You know, God forbid our flights don't get delayed or anything. We're going to get there Friday morning. We're going to have tons of time. I figured we'd go to the WWE. You know, they always have like the WWE little, what is it called? The fan, whatever,
Yeah,
the
the
shops
shop,
or
whatever.
whatever. Yeah. So I kind of figured we'd do that. And I know I'm going to get a Royal Rumble shirt. And so that's
Yeah,
probably what I'll wear to the Royal
I mean,
Rumble.
that's the deal. I have to bring one for Emily. So
Yeah, same. I have to bring one for Teresa as well. So, she still wears our WrestleMania shirt that I got her. So that shit is faded.
really,
Um, but yeah, my plan was not need to worry about what I'm going to wear to the actual Rumble because I know I'm just going to get a shirt and wear it probably.
well, you got to wear 2 shirts.
Yeah, we have the SmackDown.
Mhm.
But I think I'm only going to buy one shirt because you know the motherfuckers are going to be like $60.
They're like $40. Yeah,
Yeah, so you know they're going to be expensive. So I'm just going to get one for me, one for Teresa. But I probably could wear Teresa's.
yeah, that's true too.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what we're looking forward to. So next week we'll film our Superstar of the Year episode. And
I
then
gotta start thinking.
yeah, well, so we got to come up with first off we got to come up with the superstars that we're gonna have, and then we got to put them in a bracket. And yeah, man. So just on the home stretch, bro. The year's almost over.
Yeah, shit flew by.
Yeah, for real.
Our first full year. I'll say that.
Yeah. But
So,
all right, guys, catch you next week.
all right, later, guys.